guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over a story titled, I, a 28-year-old male, have chased my fiancée, a 27-year-old female, all my life. I became a doctor only because she wanted to marry a doctor and I found her cheating. What am I supposed to do? And a shout out to Isaac for sending me this story. And guys, this story was actually posted on Reddit just, I guess, a few days ago. And ordinarily, I don't do Reddit stories over here anymore. I do the Reddit stories on my other channels. They Did What and SSM Clips, which, by the way, you should all join. And use this channel either for news articles or primarily subscribers writing in about their situation scenarios. However, this story is so important to cover on what not to do for a guy that clearly had no guidance when it comes to reality, when it comes to women and things like that, that I decided to do it over here. This story, like in the title says, is about a young guy from over in India who for half his life has been obsessed with this young gal that he fell in love with when he met her in high school or something like that, and decided to make his whole career about getting her. Not becoming a doctor because it's something he wanted to do, but he did it to get her to eventually become his wife. Obsessed with her in his childhood, did everything to get her, and you're going to see that she had no interest in him at all until, wait for it, he was going to medical school, and completely using him, and guess what, he found out recently, she's cheating on him with a guy that clearly doesn't make as much money as him and stuff like that, and he's brokenhearted. And, you know, to believe it or not, this guy's going to get a lot of smacks from me because this guy does so many things wrong. But I do feel bad for him because this guy's really hurting, you know, and I don't want any guy to go through this. So that'd be a very good one to go over here, guys, on what not to do. And you're going to see lots of things this guy does wrong, as well as if you find yourself in this situation, which I hope you don't, how best to navigate through so you can move on with your life and not do this again. And let me tell you, and I got to tell you, like I said, this story comes from a dude over in India. The entire time I'm reading this, I'm picturing Raj Koothrappali from The Big Bang Theory. If any of you guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the show The Big Bang Theory. I always enjoyed that. It was funny as hell. That show really showed you, the thing about the character Leonard and his love and infatuation and obsession with Penny. And in the end, of course, the nerd, the dorky guy gets the pretty girl, that type of thing. It is very interesting watching that show and the dynamics in that, and this is what usually happens. The pretty gal settles for the nerd, but she's using him. Anyhow, I'm picturing the character Raj in this. It says here, I know people are going to see this. They're going to call me a stalker or a simp or whatnot. Well, dude, but it is what it is. I, a 28-year-old male, have loved my fiancée since the day I've known what love is. Smack! No, you didn't love her back then. You just were obviously captivated by her beauty. Okay, she was a good-looking teenage girl when you met her in high school. We met when I was 15 and she was 14. She was beautiful, like someone you see once in a mall and remember her even 10 years later. Dude, we've all been there. We've all had girls when we were in high school, most of us, that we thought was smoking hot and we had crushes on and fantasized about and all that type of thing, but eventually realized it's just a crush. We're invisible to that girl. Move on. I'm sure everyone has at least had once seen such a girl. Yeah, most of us, but we didn't take it to the way you took it, dude. She was also sweet and fun. She had many issues at her home which affected a lot of her life choices, but you'll never see her in a bad mood. Oh, so the issues with her family, that's a bad sign. I like how I said she was always sweet and fun. Was she sweet and fun when you were watching her from afar with her friends, or was she sweet and fun with you? I don't think she was sweet and fun with you, dude. But she was materialistic, and she never denied that. Red flag. She always wanted good things, and she accepted it. I liked her for it because she wasn't pretentious or fake. When I first interacted with her, she made it clear she will only marry a doctor. So, he met her as a teenager. She's making it clear, I'm not marrying anybody unless they're a doctor, unless they can provide and have that status for me and can provide me a certain lifestyle and income. These are all red flags, guys. She also had good reasons and a story for it, and I do acknowledge that. And I accepted it. See, I wasn't very good at studies, but not an absolute dumbass either. My friend, your actions have proven that you in the department of ladies were a dumbass. But you can change, we hope. So I gave him my everything. We live in India, so if you are a middle-class kid, you have to pass a crazy hard competitive exam to get into a good government-run medical school, because frankly, we didn't have enough money to get into a private one. I had to try 2 years after graduating high school to finally get into medical school. All while I was stuck at home trying to study, and she was doing a degree in arts after high school. Now, this is the part where a lot of people are going to call bullshit. They're going to say, wait a second here. How can you go to medical school after high school? Because in the West, you go to your high school and you go to a four-year college, then you medical school, blah, blah, blah. Well, clearly things are different over there. Or, this is complete bullshit, but I believe things are different over there. I think like the medical school actually probably had elements of regular school and it's longer, something like that. While I was preparing for the entrance, she was just a friend. Not too friendly, but not too distant either. In other words, she was, hi, that's about it. She didn't give you the time of day. She made it clear it was nothing more than friendship, though. I also heard about her dating other people, but I didn't care because in my mind, I always thought of marrying her eventually. Smack! Bro, you have built up this gal to be the end-all be-all of your existence. She's one chick. Again, we've all had gals that we were attracted to when we were younger, the hot cheerleader or the hot whatever, I had some gals like that too, but it didn't mean I didn't make my whole life's ambitions about trying to get that girl, trying to make a lot of money to get that girl. It's ridiculous. You've watched too many fucking movies. I know this sounds creepy, but it's how my mind worked. Okay, he was young, we were all young and dumb, but this takes the dumb to a whole new level. So when I finally got into medical school, she changed. She got more friendly to me. She broke up with her boyfriend and then started dating after a while. What does that say, man? She had no interest in you whatsoever until you're in medical school. Now she's interested. Now if you were a player and wanted to tap that thing, fine, no problem. But no. You saw this as a great thing. I'm getting the girl. You really want to be with a gal that in no way, shape, or form is with you for you. Now, I do get, and I get that this is a different country. And if I'm not mistaken, arranged marriages happen at least a lot back in the day. I don't know how often they have happened right now. So many couples, married couples in India have gotten married and they're not in love with each other. But the point is, she's only with you for what she can gain. That is a terrible place to be. You should be going to medical school because it's what you want to do to make your life better and all that, and then meet a gal along the way. But doing this just to get her, it's not going to end well. During this period, she told her parents about me. Her parents were pretty happy too, because in India, everyone wants a doctor's son-in-law. Well, that also happens here in America too. My grandmother was thrilled when my mother was dating my dad, because my grandmother couldn't wait to say, my son-in-law, the doctor, is what it is. We've been engaged for a year now. We would have married already, but I'm doing a post-graduation in dermatology, which is how I found out about her cheating actually. It's quite hectic to even attend someone else's marriage, let alone be mine. 2 weeks ago, I saw my fiancée had red spots on her body, mostly on her back. I checked everything and I diagnosed it's possibly due to a bed bug bites. His BBB, tongue twister here. She panicked, but I told her there's no issues because we'll just clean our house and it won't happen again. So we checked both our places. She has rented a house near her school, and I have a hostel room in the hospital premises, which the hospital provides to PG trainees, although I mostly live at her place. We didn't find anything much. So I told her I must have diagnosed wrong, and I told her we should get her blood tested. She was very hesitant because she's very afraid of needles, but I said it's necessary. So I told her to come to the hospital the day after and when she gets free from her school. The next day she came to the hospital from her school with a male colleague. Why is she hanging out with another dude? I'd met him earlier, so I was cordial to him. We got her blood sample to the pathology lab, and I started to talk with this colleague of hers. I asked him where does he live, and he told me where. That just rang a huge effing bell in my head. Because you see, in OPD, we see hundreds of patients in a day of the surrounding areas. We see many people from the same area having papular urticaria. I'm not a medical professional, so bear with me, guys, here. Which is a fancy way of saying insect bites. The bites can be of any insects or even bed bugs. But the particular area has a swamp area which gets dried out in summers, and the whole area gets papular urticaria symptoms. It's a common regular thing, and everyone in our dermatology department knows it. So I just blurted out, do you have any red swellings on your body or anything? He said, yeah, a little. Well, how interesting that this dude, who's her friend, has the same type of bites and marks and red marks on him in the same spots as she does. Interesting. Just after he said he went back on his words and said nothing much though, just like mosquitoes and all. But it already registered in my mind. After he left, I took my fiancée back home, but I had this feeling that didn't go. The next day, I saw her reports and she had no issues. So I just called her and told her I found that there were no issues. I just took insect bite medications for her and gave it to her. And 2 to 3 days, she was all right, but I couldn't get this feeling out of me. Yeah, trust your gut, as well as common sense here. Wait a minute, she has these bites, he has these bites, same area, something's up here. So one night, I checked her phone when she slept, and I went through her phone. I'd never done that in my life, and I found nothing. But I couldn't get this nagging feeling out of my head. The next day, I took a break from my shift and went to near her school and followed her when she left. She went straight to home. When I saw this, I just scolded myself for being such an a-hole and being so suspicious. Well, if he left it at that, well, it'd be a different end. There wouldn't be this story. But our guy here knew something was wrong and kept checking. But for the next 3 days, I kept doing the same thing. On the third day, I saw her leave with that colleague, and I saw them go to his house. Here's my world shattered. There you go. She went to his house in that area where these things were going on, and alas, both of them have those same type of bites in their bodies, blah, blah, blah. She's cheating. She's hooking up with him. And meanwhile, he ain't no doctor. So she's engaged to her doctor, but she can have her fun with the guys that aren't doctors or aren't that level, in terms of professions and wealth or earning potential. There you go. No different anywhere, whether it's in India or here in the USA. Women are women. They do what they do. Does it mean that every woman's going to do this? No. But a hell of a lot do. This is why my material is relevant wherever you are in the world. I have loved her my whole life. I changed my life for her. Smack! You never change your life for a woman. Ever. The only changes you make in your life is for you guys. When you do all these things to please a woman, when you make your whole life about her, and I've said this a bazillion times and I'll say it again, that's going to turn her off. Women do not respect guys that are weak, and they see that as weakness. You have to do what's best for you. Women will never love a guy they don't respect. She wanted to marry a doctor, so I became a doctor. Didn't she say she'll be with someone who is more Didn't she say she will be with someone who's more successful than her? Then what the hell was she doing with this bum? I have nothing against teachers, but he literally earns in 4 months what I earn in 1. Why the heck did I do all this work? Why did I work so hard? Why the hell did I love her so much? Since the day I said nothing to her. Well, bro, because she has you, the doctor, who has massively greater earning potential than the guy that she's cheating on you with. And I want to make it clear, he's not knocking teachers. People in the comment section were like, he's disrespecting teachers. No, he's not. He's making the point is, she was all about the money and the position, but now she's hooking up with this guy. Because this guy's fun for her, nothing more. You're the guy to pay the bills. Because I don't know what to do, I built my whole life around her. Smack! You never do that, guys. You never build your whole life around a woman. You let her build her life around you. That's how it works. I just keep saying to myself what I didn't have that she had to go to someone else. I know I'm not super handsome, but I'm not that bad looking either. She is way out of my league, I know, but I have worked all my life that I could be able to be with someone she can remain with. If this is what she wants, why has she stayed with me all these years? You know I have issues. I've had no issues with her ever. You've had no issues with her ever because you see her as the queen. Okay, you got your goddess. That's what you treat her like the goddess. And I guarantee, aside from what he's saying, probably his whole relationship with her has been her way or the highway. I guarantee he's given her everything she's wanted. I guarantee he never fights with her, never checks her, none of that stuff. Guaranteed. And probably in his mind, I'm doing what they show in the movies. I'm doing what people tell me to do. How well has that worked out? And I feel bad for this guy because this guy's really hurt. I guess I'm in a more merciful mood this Friday. Who the fuck knows? But this guy made tons of mistakes. You can't do this. And this shows they're the same wherever you are in the world. She has been the perfect girlfriend. Smack! How has she been the perfect girlfriend? She only took an interest in you when you went to medical school. That's not the perfect girlfriend. And she's cheating on you. How long do you have no idea how long this cheating is going on. That is not the perfect girlfriend. She cares for me. She supports me. I literally slept on her lap for hours while she sat there stroking my hair. What are you, fucking puppy? Smack! I'm picturing him laying on the couch watching some Bollywood shows. I can't resist. I gotta say the Bollywood shows. And there she's there sitting on the couch, and his head's in her lap, and she's petting him like a mommy with a little boy. No, if you're gonna do that, it should be the other way around. You're sitting on the couch, and her head's in your lap. Ha ha, no jokes there. And you have your hand on her, not the other way around. She's there-ing you. That's not very masculine. So what is this now? Where did this go wrong, and that she has to go to someone else? What was the last 8 years? I know this is getting quite long, but I have nowhere to go. I don't have many close friends because she was my everything. Smack! Because my life revolves around her. Smack! I can't tell this to my family because I don't want anyone else to find out. What do? I know it might be that no one else sees this, but what am I supposed to do? Now, before I answer all that, I'm going to read a little brief update he has here, because he came back after a while seeing all the comments. He says, I'm updating this address to all the people who have commented or PM'd me. People who have given me genuine advice, I thank you. I will also try to keep in mind everything you've said. I have also offended people by disrespecting teachers. I'm sorry for that. I was feeling very low, and the negativity just came out. Dude, you were not disrespecting teachers, for God's sake. You're making a point that she was cheating on you with a guy who made a fraction of what you earn, even though she claimed that all she wants is a doctor. Don't let the crybabies of Reddit give you a hard time. I didn't think a man feeling so low or having low self-esteem and saying that honestly here will bring so much negative emotions to people. Some people have been outright hostile and abusive. I do not understand that people don't like a man being weak. I'll try to strengthen that about me. Yes, I do accept I'm coming off as naive, obsessed, and whatnot. Emotional attachment of 13 years does not go away in a single day. If it does for you, then maybe I'm not as strong as you. But all this negativity has at least numbed me. I do think this will help me to confront her and face up to my life. I didn't think I was emotionally strong enough to do that, so I guess this has helped me a little bit. Also, people have texted me saying that this seems fake and everything. I wish that was true. I wouldn't be in such a condition right now. If it comes off as too flowery or seem like written by AI, then I have to say that I'm sorry I can't write in bad English purposely. Our Indian educational system has crammed us into to write correct English with slapsticks, sandals, and what's not. If there are grammatical errors and anything else, I will accept that. And no, I'm not abusive. I've never been. I come off as a stalker, following her and everything. I know. I miss some of my medical duties for that which I never thought I will. So I think I can't go any lower than that. So I'm going to start off where he went wrong, so he can learn and everybody can learn, and where I think he should go from here. Okay, the beginning, where he went wrong. He went wrong is he made his whole life about her. That's crazy. Most of us had crushes on some pretty gal in high school that we never talked to, probably never even knew existed. I've been there too. But I didn't make my whole life about trying to get that girl. There are plenty of other gals out there, obviously, as many of you guys know. But this guy made his whole existence about her, going off to medical school for her. He should have been going for him. Guys, anything you want in life, do for you to make you happy, to have fulfillment and success for you, not to make some girl happy. Because you spend your whole life trying to make other people happy, the one guarantee is you're going to make yourself miserable. Because you're not going to make everybody happy. You have to do what's best for you. But we have a whole world out there of people pleasers, and that's all they know to get love and approval. Okay? This guy probably saw this in the fucking movies, and I'm going to do this and win her heart. Bullshit. Let her win you. You're now the doctor. I guarantee there are a lot of pretty Indian gals out there that would line up to win you. You see what I mean? Instead of you trying to win them. But you can't make your whole life about her and your goals and all that. Next, he pretty much, I can't quote him exactly here, but he's made his whole life again about her, making her happy, all that. His whole life's happiness on her. Guys, as you're well aware, you got to do what's best for you and take care of you. Women don't respect guys that put them on the pedestal, kiss their ass. I'm sure this guy probably never ever checked her when she was bitchy. or showed up late or any kind of levels of disrespect, I'm willing to bet you there is no way that she gives this guy the type of loving in the bedroom that she probably gives the guy she's cheating with. There's another sign right there. And amongst many other things, you can't make her all about your sole reason to live. It's not going to end well. But so many guys do this because they think that's just what you do. The movies and TV are bullshit. Okay? Notice these women chase after guys that don't do that. The guys that make their lives about what they want. They are the top priority, not the girl. They don't put her on the pedestal. They check her when she's being difficult. They check her when she shows up late. They check her if she's being bitchy or rude or whatever, you know? So that's what I think this guy, where he went wrong big time. And all these other things. And this guy obviously is a feminine guy, and and that's just going to turn women off. And it's only a matter of time. Now, where can this guy go from here? Immediately end it. I get you're hurting. I'm sorry about that. And I get you're humiliated. You don't want to tell your family because it's humiliating. But they got to know, because you stay with her, you know she's cheating, and you confront her, and you stay with her, and she's going to tell you everything that you want, that she thinks will get you to change your mind. I guarantee she's going to cry. First, she'll deny it. Then she's going to cry and beg and give every excuse in the book. Don't buy it. End it with her. You're a doctor. You're successful. Believe me, you can replace her. But you're going to have to question, obviously, these gals that are going to be chasing after you. But you can't stay with her, someone like that. If you stay with her, she will keep cheating on you the rest of your life. You'll never know if you have your children that you have with her are yours. Okay? You can't reward bad behavior. And I don't care that you spend so much of your life obsessed with this girl. That's on you. Obsessions are very dangerous, ugly things. And look what happened here. End it with her and cut her off completely. And you say you don't have any friends or anything like that. Well, it's time to work on your social skills. I know you've been dedicated to your profession, and that's awesome. I respect the grind and hard work. You've risen from you said you were middle class, but now obviously you're no longer middle class because of your hard work and dedication. Great. You're a hard worker. Now I'd make a mission, aside from being excellent at what you do as a doctor, getting out there and socializing with people, maybe fellow doctors you work with, or anything. You get a social life, and that can help you out from being lonely. Because when people are lonely, have no one else, they'll tend to accept anything they get as friends or as girlfriends, and I don't want this guy to be like that. And I tell your family, and your family may tell you, forget it. Who knows? Your parents may say, you know what, your mother and I we're matched, and we were never in love with each other, or we did things, or who knows what. Tell your family, but if they're telling you to stay with her, it's a terrible idea. And then end it with her and move forward, and be actually grateful that you didn't marry her and then find this out, because I promise you she will keep doing this. And then take it one day at a time and block her, and that's end of story. And be much more careful with the gals in the future that you get involved with. Don't let yourself become obsessed with them. That's dangerous, man. It's extremely unhealthy, okay? And stop watching these stupid movies. Take care of you. Do what's best for you in life. All that doesn't mean you got to be a jerk, but you behave like the way you behave. Essentially, do the opposite of what you've been doing. I think it'll work out quite well. So there you go, guys. A perfect example, a warning of what not to do, what happens with this obsessions and putting the girl first and making her whole life about her. It's not, even though she got with this guy because he's a doctor, she's cheating with somebody that obviously makes a fraction what he makes, doesn't have the same education, profession, all that. So there you go. Same thing around the world. Okay? Don't be like this guy. And I hope this guy gets it together and learns. Who knows? The odds are he probably won't, but I'll be looking out for updates on this, and hopefully something happens, because you just never know. It's situations like this where guys actually really get hurt so bad, they change around their whole lives. I just hope it doesn't turn into him being a total douchebag. I just hope he becomes a guy who's wise about reality, but a good man. That's what I hope. Alright guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.